And that's it for the Raptors season, a disappointing exit to the Bulls in the play-in tournament. Now every team has their injuries, but not gonna lie, this is a big L from Toronto this season. They had way too much talent to not even make the playoffs. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? I'm going to be rebuilding the Toronto Raptors. They were blowing out the Bulls last night, and then they just choked it in the fourth quarter. They could not hit a free throw to save their lives. DeMar DeRozan's daughter just got them off their game. There's a good chance Nick Nurse might have coached his last game for the Raptors. This was his 5th year. He won a championship in year 1, beating the Warriors with Kawhi. Then they lost to the Celtics in the second round of the bubble, didn't make the playoffs in 2021, lost to Philly in round 1 of 2022, and don't make the playoffs here in 2023. So yeah, we're going to be rebuilding the Toronto Raptors realistically today. I'm super excited for this rebuild. Now, usually in my Raptors rebuilds, I kind of realized that maybe Scotty Barnes and Pascal Siakam aren't going to work out together, but no, I'm keeping both of them. I'm going to try to make it work with Pascal and with Scotty Barnes, but I think I'm going to do a soft kind of reboot to this team. I'm probably going to look to move Anunoby in the offseason. And that's why we're looking like the Raptors should have moved Anunoby at the deadline. But I guess if they move him in the offseason after the lottery, they can know what they're trading him for when it comes to draft pick compensation. So before we get back into the elimination rebuild, I want to give a word from today's sponsor, NBA SoRare. You might be like, Matt, what is NBA SoRare? Well, it's a global sports and entertainment platform that empowers fans to live by their passion for sports at a deeper level by collecting officially licensed digital player cards. SoRare is a free-to-play game, and it's partnered with the NBA and the National Basketball Players Association, as well as the MLB, the MLBPA, and over 300 soccer clubs worldwide. You're able to build your roster and construct it like a general manager. You could buy, sell, trade, and collect these digital player cards. You build a 5-player lineup in the restraints of the salary cap, and you have to strategize who's going to get you the most points week by week. So it is playoff time in the SoRare world. Let me show you what it looks like. They have over $100,000 worth of prizes and cool package prizes like a trip to the NBA Paris game or All-Star game in 2024. And yeah, you gotta choose your playoff roster. This is what I'm rocking with right now. I've been rocking with Nikola Jokic the whole season. He is my guy. I'm using 54 points of my salary cap on him. So almost half of the 120 I'm using on Jokic. Then we got Quentin Grimes, who's just been on a heater the last couple weeks of the season. He's been lights out from 3. We know Trae Young's in the playoffs as the 7th seed now, so I'm rocking with him for the first time in a while. I had to go with a cheaper player, and that is Grant Williams. I'm hoping I can get a couple good threes out of him in that series against the Hawks. And then lastly, I'm going with a 6th Man of the Year candidate, Bobby Portis, a double-double machine. You can also join different leagues like the Limited Contender, Rare Contender, Super Rare Contender, for larger and more valuable prizes. You could also join my league as well. A link to that is in the description and go up against my lineup in the first round of the playoffs. And you can use the link in the description to sign up for SoRare, join the playoff leagues, join my league, and you'll receive 20 free common cards to help you get started. And like I said, with those common cards, you can enter my common pickup tournament. But if you want a chance at the larger prizes, then join a limited contender tournament with limited contender cards. Again, that's the link in the description to get started today on NBA SoRare, and thank you to SoRare for sponsoring today's video. And the winner of the 2023 NBA Finals is going to be between the Miami Heat, who might not even make the playoffs, and the Memphis Grizzlies, who are going up against the Lakers in round 1. 2K, you make no sense. The Heat win in 7, so they end up beating the Bulls in the second round of the play-in tournament, beat the Bucks in 5, beat the Cavs in 5, beat the Sixers in 7, and then the Grizzlies in 7. Okay, only in 2K. Melo is heading to your Hall of Fame. Now, the Raptors pick next year is top 6 protected from the Jakob Poeltl trade, but it falls outside of the top 6. The San Antonio Spurs get it. Let's see if we end up with the 13th overall pick, and we do. We don't get some insane luck. The Trailblazers win the Wemby sweepstakes. Yeah, Damian Lillard came outside like he doesn't want the Blazers to draft another young guy. They want them to trade the pick. And yeah, like I said, it's looking like Nick Nurse might not be back. There's a chance he could be back, but I'm going to fire him for this video purpose, and we're going to go in a new direction. I'm going to see if we can get Charles Lee from the Bucks to be our next head coach. He's looking like he could be in the Pistons or the Rockets sweepstakes. I hate the block feature in 2K. If I can get Kevin Young, that would be sick. The Rockets are looking to get him as well. And okay, we can actually sign either Kevin Young from the Suns, or we can get Chris Quinn, another top assistant that could go to the Rockets, maybe to the Raptors, to the Pistons as well from the Heat. Hey, let's sign Kevin Young. Why not? So we all know how much Dallas needs some perimeter defensive help. So I wonder if I could trade OG Anunoby for Jaden Hardy, pick 10. I doubt I can get another first round pick out of them, but we could just see if they would do something like this. I would maybe throw in Chris Boucher to get this done because I would like another lottery pick in pick 10. Jaden Hardy would be nice, especially if Gary Trent Jr. is gone and we get a first round pick in the future. But let's see. I don't think they're going to accept this. Yeah, they would want some pick from us, which is not going to happen. I don't want to, I mean, I would take on the Davis Bertans contract, but let's see, like, would they, I'm debating if I want to move Koloko or Chris Boucher. Boucher is 30, but much better than Koloko. I don't want to move Boucher, but I would like to develop Koloko. All right, would they do Chris Boucher and OG Anunoby for pick 10, 2027 unprotected first, and Jaden Hardy? They would do it for 2 seconds. I have to take on Davis Bertans' expiring contract. Honestly, we're going to do this trade. We get some nice draft capital there. I have 2 lottery picks. And while Pascal Siakam isn't getting any younger as he is 29 years old, and he'll be a free agent at the end of the next year, I think I could still draft some young talent at 10, at 13, help develop Jaden Hardy for this team as the Blazers end up with Wemby, scoot to Indiana. I wonder how that would work out if they got lucky in the lottery, go up to 2. Would they try to do Scoot and Halliburton, or would they try to do a deal, maybe trade down with the Raptors, get Anunoby? Something like that could be cool from Indiana, or maybe they take Brandon Miller at pick 2. So here's how the top 9 went. Brandon Miller 3, Cam Whitmore 4. I would have liked to take him. Anthony Black goes 5, Taylor Hendricks 6, Amen Thompson 7, Jarace Walker 8, Gregory Jackson 9. All right, so with the 10th overall pick, I'm going to take potentially our next point guard in Nick Smith. I haven't drafted him in a minute. There's a good chance that Fred VanVleet might be gone after this free agency class because I don't know if I'm going to pay him the money he's asking for. And like I said, we're going to do like a soft reboot with this team. So we're going to get a little bit younger. We're going to take Nick Smith, who's kind of a wild card in the 2023 draft because he's super talented, but we didn't see a lot of him out of Arkansas this year because of injuries, and he didn't play well in March Madness. Asur Thompson goes with the next pick. Grady Dick goes to Orlando. I think I would have taken him if he was on the board here. I don't hate the idea of getting Derek Lively. I think he could get a lot of pre-draft hype because of how good he could project to be as a rim protector. Still some good point guard options in Jalen Hood Schifino, Kaysen Wallace. But I think I'm going to take Keontae George here with the 13th overall pick. So yeah, we signed Nick Smith. We signed Keontae George. Fred VanVleet opts out of his player option. No surprise there. Scotty Barnes, we're picking that up. Gary Trent opts out. He'll be a free agent. Precious Achiuwa, still here. Could be the backup center next year. We will see. Gonna pick it up, though. Thad Young gonna decline. Malachi Flynn gonna decline. Ron Harper Jr. gonna decline. Otto Porter opts in, unfortunately. It's actually not the end of the world because we could use some veterans. I will give Delano Banton the qualifying offer. So yeah, VanVleet wants 22 mil, which isn't too much. And honestly, I might talk myself into bringing him back. But I'd also like to re-sign Pirtle as well. And we do have a ton of money. Like, I could sign VanVleet. I could sign Siakam and be right at the salary cap. So let's give Pirtle a 4-year deal. I'm actually going to put a team option on the last year. And you know what? I'm going to sign VanVleet. I'm only going to give him a 3-year deal, though. I'll put a player option on the last year as well if he's going to opt out. Maybe we run a VanVleet Nick Smith backcourt similar to when they ran a smaller backcourt with Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet back in 2019. So we're going to re-sign Pirtle. We're going to re-sign VanVleet. We are going to let Gary Trent Jr. walk, though. I'm not going to pay for him to come back. And I don't normally do this. Usually I let VanVleet walk, or I do a sign and trade, and then I usually trade away Pascal Siakam. I'm taking a different route for this. I'm going to bring back Joe Wieskamp, though, on a 1-year deal. We still have like $5 million in cap space, which is nice, but we're going to eventually have to pay Scotty Barnes. Player progression, Siakam regresses. Yeah, so Scotty's going to start at the 3, goes up to an 86, nice. Siakam at the 4, VanVleet at the 1. I might start Nick Smith at the 2, or start VanVleet at the 2. And then we have Jaden Hardy as well, maybe I want to start. And hey, we have a new head coach. Last time the Raptors got a new head coach, they won the championship. So unfortunately, Koloko is not going to play as much. He'll be the first man in if an injury happens. I do want to give Nick Smith 25 minutes along with Keontae George off the bench. We're going to go 19 to Precious and then 13 Otto Porter, with the starting 5 being VanVleet, Hardy, Barnes, Siakam, and Pirtle. Under new head coach Kevin Young, we're 3 stars. So first game of the season's on the road against the Memphis Grizzlies, who lost in the NBA Finals, and we beat them by 1. Ja Morant had 20 assists, but Siakam, 27 points to start off the season. Home game against the team that knocked us out, the Bulls. We ended up losing 119-116. Nick Smith, though, 23 points in his second career NBA game. You love to see that. Home game, whoa. Towns for Siakam, that is an interesting trade offer. We end up blowing out the Charlotte Hornets. Siakam 32, 10, and 8. Shout out to Jaden Hardy. Barnes almost had a triple-double. And last game I'll showcase, we beat the Heat by 26. Siakam at 40. All right, maybe we should be back in the playoffs this year. I've been getting the craziest offers for Siakam this season. I got 1-for-1 Siakam for Cat. I got 1-for-1 Siakam for Beal. Thought about that one. And then this one, Siakam for Paul George. Like, they're not terrible ideas. We've also been all right on the injury bug. Pirtle just got hurt, so I'm putting Koloko into the starting lineup. Otto Porter got hurt at one point as well. All right, man, they're really going to tempt me. The Pacers got, oh no, that's Miles Bridges. I was like, wait, Mikal Bridges? I might do that, but no, it's Miles. Oof, Siakam, severe right ankle sprain after we just had a terrible January. We're just 5 games above 500 now. Man, Lonzo Ball from Fred VanVleet in the first. I'm getting some good offers this year. The Heat are interested in VanVleet. I'm not taking on that Robinson contract, though. All right, so do any Raptors make the 2024 All-Star game? Pascal Siakam does. He is averaging 21.6 points, 6.9 rebounds, 4.4 assists. The efficiency is good, too. 58% true shooting. I was hoping maybe like Scotty Barnes would sneak it. Now, is he open to a contract extension? He will. Okay, 4-year deal. Let's do 3 years player option. I want to see if I can lower this down to like 34, and he accepts that. All right, so we got an extension done with Siakam. That's what I'm talking about. 4 years left on the deal now, and it is time for the 2024 deadline. Where do I want to be a buyer or do I want to be a seller? To be honest, I don't really know. I might just stay put right now. Like, Siakam has been playing very well. He was an all-star. We have Scotty Barnes, who's definitely taking a jump in year 3, which you'll love to see. Fred VanVleet, 16.7 assists, 38 from 3, 86 from the line. Jaden Hardy is getting there-ish. I mean, not bad in year 2. I like what I'm seeing out of Nick Smith from his rookie season. And Keontae George as well. He's been lights out from 3. Pirtle's averaging 3.7 assists. So I honestly don't think I'm going to make a trade unless there was like a really big name on the market that I think I would like maybe try to go after. Like Nikola Vucevic, no thank you. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to stay put. And there goes Jakob Poeltl for the season. So this team is 40-35. Precious is now our starting center. Luka averages a triple-double. 41-point triple-double. What? Jeremy Shohan, 6th man of the year in San Antonio. Nick Claxton gets DPOY. Let's go, Claxton. Jalen Duren, most improved, and Bickerstaff, coach of the year. Do we get any Raptors on the All-NBA teams? We do not. Any on the defensive teams? No, we should get at least Nick Smith and Keontae George on our rookie second team. So we finished as the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference, taking on Philly in round 1, a rematch of the 2022 playoffs. That happened in round 1. Siakam led the team in scoring throughout the regular season, then Barnes, VanVleet, Hardy, George, Smith. Like I said, Pirtle's going to be out for the playoffs, unfortunately. He was already upset with how the season was going. So Jaden Hardy did not finish all that well at the end of the regular season. I honestly might start Keontae George over him just because he's definitely playing a little bit better. So Nick Smith can probably get like 24 minutes a night with Hardy. I might even lower that. Precious probably doesn't need that many minutes, so we're going to drop that to 27. Maybe even 26, because I want to go 37 to Barnes, 37 to Siakam. I want to go 37 to VanVleet. We're going to have Otto Porter get the 9th man spot with Koloko, 14 minutes apiece. I got 3 more minutes here. Let's give them to Keontae George. So we're 3.5 star balanced as a team. We're taking on Philly in round 1. They got Javonte Green starting at the 4. Do they have any injuries? No, but it is the Thad Young Revenge Series. Can we beat or at least win a game or 2 against Philly? We do get blown out in game 1. Yeah, Precious guarding Embiid is not the best matchup for us. We lose by 2 in game 2. Nick Smith had 23 off the bench. Game number 3. We're down 3-0. All right, Doc Rivers almost blew the 3-0 lead in 2022. Keontae George had 28 points here. 28 from 3, though, in those 3 games is upsetting. And game 4, we got swept by Philly. All right, so Siakam had 30, only 4 rebounds. Precious played well. 2 for 11 for George. Yeah, 1 for 8 for Porter, 2 for 5 for VanVleet. Damn, VanVleet struggled in the playoffs. Maybe I do end up trading him. Pelicans, Cavs in the finals, and the Cavs win in 5 with Donovan Mitchell being your finals MVP. Chris Paul ends up retiring here after year 2. Spoelstra retires as well. So I wonder if Chris Quinn, the guy we almost signed, is going to become their head coach. We will not be getting our first round pick. That's going to go to San Antonio from the Poeltl trade, like I mentioned, who already have a chance at pick 1, I guess. Pick 9 as well. The Thunder are in their 4 different time. And yeah, Spurs get our pick at 18. That's pretty good. So the NBA draft has concluded. Justin Edwards, who's currently slated to go to Kentucky, goes number 1. Montes Buzuelos goes 2. Khalil Ware, who is staying at Oregon, or no, he's staying in the NCAA, but transferring out of Oregon, goes 3. So we didn't have any draft picks. Let's go here to team player options. We're picking it up on Barnes, Hardy, Koloko, but not Bertans. We'll give Precious, Banton, and Wiskamp the qualifying offers right now. Okay, am I missing something? How does this team, like, how do we have $32 million right now? But we kind of have a max contract spot in Toronto with basically 8 guys under contract that I feel comfortable playing. Now I can see how they always sign Jaylen Brown. Do I bring Kawhi back? I feel like I have to go after somebody. Okay, I'm not going to be able to afford Kawhi. Brown's going to be tough as well as AD, and they already have 14 offers. Am I going to be able to outbid the Clippers or the Celtics? I mean, he always signs with the Raptors, so I feel like if I can get there money-wise, he would sign with me. Sabonis and Siakam and Barnes. I don't like that floor spacing. Middleton, Paul George. I don't think that that's the guys I want to sign. Bring back DeRozan. We could get Nick Claxton. So I have to clear up about $5 million if I want to sign Jaylen Brown, which would basically mean I'm trading like Koloko and somebody else, which I don't want to do. I mean, I would love Desmond Bane and his shooting on this team, so I'm going to give him $31 million. We'll see if the Grizzlies match it. I mean, Tyrese Maxey, too, I'll give him $31 million. I assume Philly would match that. So, yeah, we get Bane. I'm going to offer him a deal. Let's see what happens. Yeah, they match it, and the Sixers match Max. Now, DeJounte Murray would be kind of interesting if I could pull him off. I think him and Van Vliet could work. Yeah, let's give DeJounte Murray 4 years, $32 million. That is a lot of money, but that is a massive upgrade at the shooting guard spot. And we're going to sign him. Let's go. We get DeJounte Murray on the team. We're going to look to get a little bit more big man depth. I'm going to sign Thomas Bryant to a 2-year deal. And we're going to bring back our old buddy Malachi Flynn to be our third point guard. So did this team get better? I don't know, because DeJounte Murray regresses as I picked him up. You'll love to see that. Also, shout out to the Thunder for beating the Pelicans in the play-in tournament. All right, so let's see what our rotation is going to look like here in year 2. Or I guess this is technically year 3 now. So this is the starting 5. Now that I'm looking at it on paper, this floor spacing is god-awful. I may regret this. I'm already regretting going after DeJounte Murray. I should have just... Well, I couldn't really have saved the money because Barnes is going to be a free agent next year. I probably should have just cleared up the money to get Jaylen Brown. All right, so it's going to be Van Vliet, Murray, Barnes, Siakam, Pirtle with George, Hardy, Smith, and Bryant off the bench. I'm a little nervous about this team's floor spacing, so let's see how it pans out. We lost to the Nets in game 1 of the season. Nice. We went 9 for 30 from downtown. That's not great. Game number 2 at home against the Bucks. Don't go. Oh my God, we get blown out. All right. I'm regretting the Murray signing already. And Scotty Barnes breaks his left toe. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. We are 31-18 though, so we're having a good season, which is nice to see. You know what? Like, we got off to that rough start, but we've been playing all right. Scotty Barnes has been our leading scorer. Maybe Siakam's taking that step back. DeJounte Murray, about 17, 4.3, 4.5, 1.8 steals. He is shooting 37 from 3, so he's helping out our floor spacing. 40 from Van Vliet, so maybe not the worst because Scotty Barnes is shooting 37 from 3. And then obviously, like, Nick Smith can shoot. Jaden Hardy's been able to shoot the ball. Keontae George as well. Seeing Jaylen Brown making the All-Star game, and oh wow, he actually re-signed with Boston. We didn't have any All-Stars here in Toronto. Man, we're 37-18 and Scotty Barnes just came back. We're killing it right now. Oh, and right before the playoffs start, Siakam tears his MCL. Only out 1 to 2 months though, so he could be back. Siakam comes back, sprains his ankle. Just Siakam, please don't get hurt before the playoffs. Oh my God. DeJounte Murray gets hurt. There's a chance he's fine for the playoffs too. As this team is 52-27, we get Murray back. Please nobody get hurt in the final games of the season. We go 52-30. We had a terrible ending to the season. Luka, 33-point triple-double. He's your MVP. DJ Wagner, Rookie of the Year in Miami. Cole Anthony, 6th Man of the Year in Memphis. Mobley wins Depoy. Jalen Smith, Most Improved. Diagonal Coach of the Year. Shout out to the Thunder, man. No Raptors in sight. Finished as the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. We're taking on the Pacers in round 1 with Scoot, Halbert, Mathurin, Bridges, and Turner. That's good. I don't think we had anybody score above 20 points per game this season. Yeah, Scotty Barnes was closest at 19.6. He's also a 90 overall, which is nice. We got Keontae George at an 80. He shot 42 from 3. There's Jaden Hardy and Nick Smith. Like, Nick Smith, 60% true shooting. Hardy, 58. George, 62. Just elite efficiency from our young wings. And I guess Nick Smith's not a wing, a guard too. I could just say young guard. So this is how the playoff rotation is going to look right now. Van Vliet, Murray, Barnes, Siakam, Pirtle with George, Hardy, Smith, and Thomas Bryant off the bench. We're 4-star balance. Can we beat the Pacers in round 1 and get a playoff series victory in the video under our belt? We're up 3-0 and we win in 5. A nice gentleman sweep. We have a chance at beating the Sixers too in round 2, who beat us last year. Shout out to DeJounte Murray in his first playoff series for the Raptors. Was a beast. So yeah, let's see if we can beat the Sixers. Do we have anybody that can contain Embiid? Not really. Where's Marcus Gasol when you need him? Game 1 ends in Raptors victory by 10. Scotty Barnes with 30 points. Van Vliet had a good game. Embiid had a good game too, but L was an L for them. Siakam breaks his nose. This dude has had an MCL, an ankle, now a nose injury in the last couple weeks. As we beat them and we're up 2-0. Shout out to DeJounte Murray. Game 3, we win. Let's go. We win by 3. Tobias Harris at 35, but Murray 25, Van Vliet 21-8. Can we sweep them? Can we win in 5? There we go. Back-to-back gentlemen sweeps. And we're in the conference finals. Shout out to Keontae George. So we're taking on the Cavs here in the conference finals. One of 2K's favorite teams. Donovan Mitchell hurt, or they don't have him anymore? Oh, Donovan Mitchell's hurt. He's day-to-day, though, so he might just miss game 1, in which we lost. Nope, he came back for game 1. Wow. What? He had 32 points on 7 field goals. He shot 25 free throws. Okay, the refs don't want us to win. We lost by 49, though. Game 2, yeah, maybe we're not, like, suited to beat Cleveland. Game 3, okay, 2-1. We win by 20. Murray and Siakam come on for 42. Can we win game 4 and make this a series? No, we go down 3-1. Oh, we lost by 2 points. Don't lose in 5, and we lost in 5. So we gentlemen sweep 2 teams, and then we get gentlemen swept, and it's the Cavs versus the Mavericks in the finals, and the Cavs win in 5, with Garland being your finals MVP. So the 2025 draft lottery, the winner is the Houston Rockets via the Brooklyn Nets from the James Harden deal. You have the Spurs at 2 and the Pistons at 3, still in the draft lottery. We have our first round pick at 28. With our 28th pick, we're going to be taking Aaron Bradshaw. There's a chance he gets traded, though, so let's sign him to a 2-year deal. Fred VanVleet opts out of that player option. Okay, we'll keep an eye on it. Are we ready to make Nick Smith the starting point guard? Barnes, Hardy, and Koloko all going to get the qualifying offers. VanVleet now wants $33 million. That's a lot of money. What the hell? I drafted Aaron Bradshaw, who's hurt, and I can't trade him? All right, so I do want to bring back Fred VanVleet. He fits our system really well. I'm going to give him a 3-year deal once again. He's going to get that $30 million. And then we're going to match any deal that Jaden Hardy gets or Scotty Barnes. Well, obviously Scotty Barnes. You know what? Let's just pay Scotty Barnes ourselves. We're going to be negative $30 million in cap right now, which isn't great. You know what? Let's pay Jaden Hardy as well. 3 years, about $14 million a year, which isn't bad at all. And boom, there we go. I'm also going to sign Xavier Tillman to a 2-year. And we should get Koloko back on the qualifying offer, correct? And boom, there we go. Let's take a look at player progression. Not the best site in the world. I would love to get Karl Anthony Towns to be our center, but it's going to be impossible. Oh, yeah, he was traded for Jordan Poole as well. That's why he's in Golden State. Even, like, Alperen Şengün would be sick because he could maybe space the floor for us. And, like, we have a good defensive lineup already with, like, Scotty Barnes and Siakam. We could try. Like, if I went off with Jakob Poeltl, I think Tillman, unfortunately, would have to be in the deal who I just signed. I don't think, like, Bryant could be in it instead. Yeah, like, I think Tillman would have to be in it. And then I would give you that Mavericks first round pick that we got a couple years back in the Anunoby deal. Would the Rockets be interested in this? No, but I will also give you my top 3 protected first this year as well. And they say no. Do I want to give up 3 firsts for Şengün? Not really. We do have Thomas Bryant. Like, I would move Koloko, but I also would move Aaron Bradshaw as well, but they don't seem too intrigued on him. So maybe I'm going to be a team that makes a move at the deadline, in which I'll see you guys there, and if we're going to make any moves to this team. All right, trade deadline time. We're 31 games above 500. We have a 4.5 game lead in the East, and you might be like, Matt, you shouldn't make any moves at the deadline. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. No, I'm going to make a move to try to upgrade the center spot. And I want to go all in on winning a championship this season. So yeah, that is the goal. Shout out to what Nick Smith has done for us this year. I'm going to revisit this Şengün deal. I don't know if like they changed their minds at all. I think we have to take on a player now, which is going to be tough because I don't know, like Hernan Gomez, and then there's a money issue. This gets tough. I mean, Domantas Sabonis would be interesting because he does have a B+ 3-point shot, but 28 from 3, I don't really want to trade for that. Would I give up Jaden Hardy, who's good, but we have Keontae George, if that meant I can get Karl Anthony Towns to play the 5 for us? And we'd have Cat, Siakam, and Barnes. That's good. But I don't want to give up VanVleet. Like, that would be Poeltl instead. Would I do this? Who did they just offer in that? Was it Cam Reddish? Or no, Cason Wallace I can get in that? That actually would be sick. But if we did Poeltl, Hardy, Bryant, the Raptors, it's just really tough to get something like this done. Even if I took on Cam Reddish, we can't do this. Wait, the Raptors would require more than 15 mil. I guess, yeah, VanVleet is making like 12 more mil than Poeltl, so it's low-key impossible. Even if I did Tillman, take out Reddish, I take Eric Gaines from you, and I take, I don't even know, Deshi Nix, 6 mil off. Yeah, I just don't know who to trade for, man. Maybe I don't make a move, which I think could be kind of risky. All right, let's go through the deadline. I can't find a center to upgrade this team without trading Fred VanVleet away, and that's something I don't want to do. Garland wins MVP. I don't want to face the Cavs again in the playoffs, man. As we get Coach of the Year, though, we went 65-17, which is going to give us the 1 seed in the East, and we get the draw of Giannis and the Bucks in round 1. I mean, this team isn't very good, though. At least around Giannis. Scotty Barnes was our leading scorer. Siakam at 2. Nick Smith, like, would be my starting point guard next year. I think Fred VanVleet, though, 63% true shooting, though. Can we please beat the Bucks and go to round 2? Boom. We sweep them. Luckily, the Cavs are on the other side of the bracket. Scotty Barnes averaged 24 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. 70% true shooting in those 4 games. We got to take on Detroit, though, who have Cade, Ivy, Tobias Harris, Xavier Booker, Sabonis, Anthony Black, Isaac Garuba. That's a good team. It doesn't matter, though, because we sweep them, and we're on that collision course with Cleveland. Fred VanVleet, though, has been garbage in the playoffs, but we're 8-0. Conference finals against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Oh my God, is Donovan Mitchell not there? He is not there anymore. That makes me feel a little bit more confident that we can beat them. They do have the MVP, Darius Garland, though. We beat them by 13 in game 1. Game 2, we win. We are undefeated in the playoffs. Game 3, oh my goodness, let's go. Let's freaking go. 52 from VanVleet and Barnes, and we are going to sweep them. We're 12-0. The guy that wins Western Conference Finals MVP was the player I was trading for the whole season. Shot 40 from 3. Makes me upset. There's Scotty Barnes killing it. We are 12-0. Can we do the impossible and go undefeated in the playoffs? Game 1 against the Rockets, we stay alive, man. We are currently 13-0 in the playoffs. Make that 14-0 as we won in overtime. We're winning the close ones. Can we go 15-0? Yes, we can. What? We are 15-0. Guys, this is the team right here. You just develop the youngins. You get good enough spacing, I think. Oh my God, this would suck if we lost game 16. Don't lose game 16. We won game 16. We just went 16-0. Let's freaking go. Scotty Barnes, Finals MVP. I mean, this team is elite defensively. Look at all the perimeter D guys that are in the A's. VanVleet, A+, Murray, A+, Siakam and Barnes, A's. And then we had a couple other B+. Inside D, though, we had 3 A's there. I mean, I guess this is a solid 3-point shooting team. Like, Smith's good, Hardy, George. It's just Pirtle that really isn't all that. I mean, Siakam shot 53 from 3 in the playoffs. Barnes, 36 from 3. Murray, 39. VanVleet was ass. You know what? We're ending this video on a high note. It's funny because I'm like looking back on some of the rebuilds where I just don't win. Like that Clippers rebuild where I did the -500 to $500 million rebuild challenge. Didn't win a championship. Had insane squads. This, you know what? This team is pretty good though. It is pretty good. And I'm glad we got to win it with Siakam. We won it with VanVleet. Kept Barnes, kept Pirtle. Let me know what you guys think of it down below. Drop a like if you did enjoy. Come on, we went 16 down the playoffs. You gotta drop a thumbs up. I'm also gonna be doing a kind of talk video about the Toronto Raptors and their future and their offseason outlook on my second channel. You should go check it out. Link is in the description. Pelicans elimination one, I think, just because I kind of recently did one, so you'll see if that comes out tomorrow or not. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.